Hey y'all, I'm Tiana Michelle and welcome back to another hair vlog. I'm about to do a rod set, but before we get started, I wanted to let you all know that I applied for Sephora Squad. Now you're probably wondering, what is Sephora Squad? Basically, Sephora Squad is a year-long partnership with Sephora. It's a career-changing opportunity. Thousands of people apply each year, but only a few make it, and I would love to be a part of the squad. And supporters are able to submit testimonials, and in a few words or sentences, you can share why you feel like I would be a great addition to the squad. You can also share why you enjoy my content or if I've inspired or helped you out in any way. And these testimonials kind of go with your application. It's a great way for you all to show your support. They're completely anonymous. I'm only able to see what you wrote if you DM it to me. This is actually my third year applying for Sephora Squad, and it must be the oldest daughter in me because I am not good with asking for help. And because of that, I haven't always advocated for myself as much as I could have in the past, but you can always change. So if you would like to submit a testimonial for me, I'll leave a link for submitting them down in the description box. And I'll have a link for it in the description box for upcoming uploads as well. I don't know how long applications will be open, but I'm pretty sure you can still submit testimonials even after they've closed. I just wanted to let y'all know before I get started with my hair. Y'all have no idea how much I appreciate you and your support and how it just keeps me going. So thank you truly. I started creating content because in college I would always get questions about my hair, what products I use or how I style my hair, and it got me thinking like maybe I should start a blog or something. So I did. My senior year of college, I started a blog page and it was called Her Crown Blossoms because I've always loved writing. Like growing up, I really wanted to be a fashion editor or an editor of a magazine. But of course, magazines aren't huge like that anymore. So I had my blog page and I would write on there weekly. And at the same time, I was starting up my Instagram page, and eventually I started my YouTube channel and all of the other things. And I've kind of been doing that since. And it's officially been 7 years since I've started. I've been full-time for 2 years. I just feel extremely grateful. Sometimes it makes me emotional because I can't believe that this is something that I get to do for my career. Even though of course I want to grow and I want opportunities and I have goals, the most beautiful thing about this process has been watching so many Black women and so many women in general succeeding and thriving. Something about watching people thrive is just really freaking inspirational. If you're an aspiring creator, it's just really important to be in it for the right reasons and understand the importance of seasons and knowing that is not always going to be your season. There's gonna be times where you're doing amazing, you're thriving. There's gonna be moments where you're unsure. And even when you feel like you're not in your season, it's important to be happy for other people who are in their winning seasons. You're kind of waiting for your season, but at the same time, you're not. You're still working, kind of just still enjoying life and just living and focusing on growth and improvement. This curl mousse from Pattern Beauty, it's from the Palo Santo line. It smells so good. Take my scrunchie to cover the end. And as you already know, Sephora Squad is something that I would love to be a part of. And yeah, it will be a great opportunity, but I really just want to be a representation for the hair girlies. I want to be a representation for the introverted girlies. I'm just showing that you can get far truly just being yourself. Being myself has brought nothing but great things for me. I love how even though I am introverted, I have opened up so much more. I've allowed who I am to be a strength. But yeah, I'm hoping that this rod set doesn't take super long to dry because I'm not putting a ton of foam on it. I'm hoping that it'll be dry in like 2 hours. That would be fast for me. I already know that Mo from Mono's Hair did my silk press the other month, and we were talking about rod sets, and she was asking how long it takes me to do. They take a while to dry, which is why I style on dry hair rather than soaking wet hair. Some people find that kind of confusing because it does seem kind of redundant, right? To take all this time to blow out your hair just to wet it with product again that kind of reverts your hair back when you could have started on wet hair. But the thing is, my hair is so dense that if I were to do a rod set, I don't think it would dry. That would just not be an enjoyable process whatsoever. I think sometimes with hair, it's easy to get caught up in rules, which some rules are important. Also figure out what works for your hair. I'm not saying to go out and do things that are damaging or just not smart to do, but understanding what works for your hair saves you so much time, and it just makes the whole entire process that much easier. The comments that I get in some of my videos is proof of that. The other day I had posted a detailed wash and go routine. I had quite a few questions in DMs where people are like, do you style your hair using this method? Because when I do that, it just does not work for me. And I think that's the whole point, right? Like, our hair is so diverse that something that may work on someone else is just not it for you, and there's nothing wrong with that. I don't think this hair vlog is going to be particularly long because I plan on wearing this rod set all week long. I kind of put foam on my roots, but not really, because if I put too much on my roots, it's going to take longer to dry. So I start applying the product like right here and going down, and then a little bit comes up, but not really. I like corkscrewing it. It's because this is the pattern of rod sets that I like. If you want to see a more detailed video on how I do my rod sets, I have a video that I can insert for you, or I can leave it in the description box if you haven't already seen it. But because I wrap my hair this way, my hair doesn't like to stay. Y'all know I love to add the scrunchies at the end so that it stays in place. A few more over here. Listen, I know I'm not the only one that keeps getting those spam calls, but they have been so bad lately. I keep getting the calls where they're like, hey, this is such and such reaching you from wherever. Just wanted to let you know that the steps to your loan are almost complete and they're with the underwriting department. And it's every single day, and I'm so over it. I'm gonna stretch this out as much as I can for smooth results. My arms are kind of getting a little tired. I love rod sets. I think they'll last a little bit longer here than they did for me in Florida. My hair is gonna be smelling so good. It already smells good because of the products that I used yesterday to wash and blow out my hair. I'll show you soon, but I use Amika. Usually I use Kenra Professionals as my heat protectant, but I tried the treatment from Amika instead. I never used it before. I guess this video is also called Random Thoughts. Another random thought that I have, like, hair content, and when it comes to content in general, I think people are so used to people lying to them. Random, I know. And it feels like everyone is always trying to sell you something. It's kind of hard to differentiate between when something actually works. When I'm using hair products now, I try my best to show rather than tell for that very reason. I know people are used to people just lying online for no reason. One thing I don't like is when people call me a liar. I like to share things so that it helps people with things that they may struggle with. This is a super simple one. When I was wearing my silk press, my best friend that came from Chicago to visit the other month, my best friend and another friend, and after we went to brunch, we went to like this rooftop event, and we were outside for about 5 hours, and I didn't want the fact that my hair was in that silk press to stop me from being outside. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to put it back in a low ponytail and then twist it into a scrunchie. I meant to say claw clip. And when I took my hair down, it looked like this. I didn't spray any anti-humidity spray. I didn't spray any holding spray. I just put my hair in that claw clip. I was outside in the heat, I was sweating, and I shared that simple thing because I was surprised that it worked for me. And some people thought I was lying, and I just don't understand. But at the same time, I get it. I don't have a reason to lie. Half the stuff that I encounter with my hair, I stumble across them by accident or just experimenting, and I like to share those little things along the way. All you can really do is just put yourself out into the universe, but you are not in control of the way that people react to it, you know? But with that being said, I do really try my best though to show and not tell. Like, oh my gosh, y'all. I went to the Cowboy Carter concert last month. Was that last month? It's August. We went in July. Was it? Yeah. My hair was still in the silk press. I wore that silk press for about a month, and it was holding up so well. I did these pin curls, and this is how the pin curls turned out. And I was like, it's July in the middle of the summer. How am I going to make this work? Because I'm gonna have to walk outside if I wanna wear this hairstyle. I don't wanna put in a ponytail. I don't want to put it in a bun. I'm feeling a little adventurous. Let's experiment. I've had this Kenra volume spray for quite some time. It's super hold and I never used it before. And I feel like, hey, that is my opportunity to see if this product really works. I gotta put it to the test because I know there's nothing out there that can completely stop humidity, but it has to help a little bit, right? Like, it doesn't hurt to try. And if it didn't work, I would have been fine anyways because I was going on a month wearing that soap press. So it was about time for it to get washed out either way, whether it was a success or a failure. I just sprayed the heck out of my hair with the Kenra holding spray. So yeah, I sprayed the roots, I sprayed the ends, I sprayed everything. I was holding little pin curls up and sprayed it so that if it fell, it only fell a little bit. And then I was like, other than that, I'm about to go enjoy this concert. We were gone for quite a while. We didn't get back in until almost 1 o'clock. And this is how my hair looked by the end of the evening. I documented the entire process because I love experiments like that. You know how the makeup girlies do wear tests when trying out makeup? It's kind of like a wear test, but for your hair. Another random thought, even though my content is mainly hair, I don't feel confined to it because I know that the natural hair community is not what it used to be, especially people who have been around since the beginning and have seen the OGs come and go. Even though there's still so many natural hair creators, I just feel like it's evolved. And I just don't think anything stays the same forever. Most of my content is like hair focused. That's the bulk of my baby. And that's what I love. But I also just enjoy beauty in general. I've been enjoying and finding the beauty in me being sort of a late bloomer when it comes to beauty. It's like I've shared before when it comes to hair. Even before I went natural, I knew how to slay my own hair. But makeup on the other hand, putting together a cute outfit on the other hand, those were not really my strong suits. And now at 29, it's been so much fun figuring it out. And my recent move has kind of shifted my focus away from incorporating more of the non-hair content, although I'm gonna get back to it. Hair isn't something that I'm ever just gonna stop doing, but it's just an exciting feeling knowing that there are other avenues that I have so much potential to grow in and expand in. And whether you're in your late 20s, whether you're in your 30s, your 40s, 50s, it is never too late to learn something. It's never too late to experiment with your personal style. It's never too late to learn how to do makeup. There's no time limit, there's no age limit. Y'all are kind of be watching me evolve in real time, and you yourselves are also evolving, you're also maturing, you're also going through life. That's just such a beautiful experience. It's not something to take for granted. And I think there's also something really special about being my last year, my 20s, and turning 30 next year. It's almost like a new era is coming. That whole frontal lobe development thing, best thing that ever happened. Weird times indeed. But my mindset is just so different. Maybe we should not be even making certain life decisions until our brains have fully developed, because me in this stage in my life is just realizing that some of the things that I thought mattered don't matter at all, and how you can literally change your mind whenever you want. You can pivot at any moment. Your life is not over when you turn 30. In fact, it's just getting started. There's no need to feel like you have to rush towards this end goal or that you should be at a certain point in your life. The funny thing about being like your mid to late 20s into your 30s is that the people around you are in such different stages. Some people have entire families. Some people are currently traveling the world. Regardless of where these people are in their lives, nobody is at a wrong stage, because what is a wrong stage? Hey, we have officially made it to the last one. I use more product at the front of my hair unintentionally. I have to set in the dryer for a little bit longer so these sections can dry like they're supposed to. All right, all done. Trying to keep them off my face as much as I can because I'm gonna do my makeup later on, but here they are. I had to finesse this flexi rod set a little bit, but we made it work. Kind of in a hurry today, so it did not get to dry all of the way, but I just used my handheld dryer to go over the sections that were still a little bit damp, and then I used my rake comb to fluff out my hair a little bit, being that the rod set didn't come out exactly the way that I wanted to, but the end result, you can just never go wrong with big hair. And oh yeah, I did tell you guys that I was gonna share what products I used for my wash day this week. This time around, I did not deep condition. I shampooed with the Amika Anti-Frizz lines, the shampoo and the conditioner. And these products smell so good. I wouldn't say that it's a food smell, but it does smell sweet. I always enjoy the smell of Amika products. And I also use my Red Bear to stretch my hair. Whenever I do blowouts or stretching or anything of that sort, I always use a heat protectant. I use Amika's anti-frizz treatment. So with check-ins, I guess we will see how long this rod set is going to last. With rod sets, I don't mind the back stretching out a little bit, so I do use the pineapple method. I'm not gonna keep the scrunchie on, but I'm just gonna gather my hair at the top of my head like you do with the pineapple. And then take my satin scarf and I just tie my hair up. And once I've tied my hair up, I remove the giant scrunchie so that my hair doesn't dent. Pull it up so that my hair is kind of like hanging at the top of my head. And then I just plot my bonnet on top to protect my ends. And that's how I preserve my hair at night. I'm gonna share a little montage so we both can see how long my hair held up, because at this point, I don't know, being that this is day one hair. But this was a pretty chatty video. I hope you all enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.